Hey everybody, it's Crystal Green. Today is June, good gravy, 23 of 2021. This is my Bible reading. It is 3 days worth, so I'm going to try to hurry up and get through this as efficiently as possible. This is Job, and Job is a tough book to read for me because sometimes I think he is just so unhappy. And I remember times in high school where I was just so unhappy, where it felt so low and so little hope was there. So I think sometimes that's why it's a little hard to read Job for me personally, but I really am grateful for the opportunity to keep reading Job. So let me get to Job 4 through 6. Eliphaz is one of his friends, and all he can say is that Job has sinned. Quote, "Is it not your reverence, your confidence, and the integrity of your ways your hope?" That's chapter 4, verse 6 of the New King James Version. But I went through the Good News translation, and it says you worship God and your life was blameless. And so you should have confidence and hope, meaning you've done the right stuff. You should be fine, right? And then reading the New Living Translation, it says, doesn't your reverence for God give you confidence? Doesn't your life of integrity give you hope? And I think that translation is so much more comes to my heart so much more, meaning, look, you love God, you fearfully respect him, and that should give you confidence. And the life that you lead, does that not, every step that you make an effort for, does that not remind you that you are still living, right? And so verses 12 through 18 of chapter 4 are still kind of scary to me, because it says, was the Spirit of God or Lucifer, is what I wrote. Was the Spirit of God or Lucifer? Which one? Is it when Lucifer was walking the earth? And the fact that it says there's fear but unable to discern the appearance, it makes me wonder if that is Lucifer whispering these scary thoughts to Eliphaz, giving him this scary vision. I'm not very clear on it, but it popped into my head thinking, I wonder if this is Lucifer walking the earth and visibly being there and affecting the situation with Eliphaz, not allowing them to lift up Job's name and lift up Job's spirits in this process. Quote, to him who is afflicted, kindness should be shown by his friend, even though he forsakes the fear of the Almighty. That is Job chapter 6, verse 14. And that one really is kind of very indicative or very much on my spirit reading throughout all of Job. His friends should be lifting him up. Why aren't they lifting him up? Why does it feel like they're not recognizing that even if he had sinned, that he's still loved? And maybe that's because I haven't really thought about it. Hey, Christ hasn't been born, and that is that door, that veil that's been torn, that allows us to have a closer relationship with God. So, little bit of value right there as I'm reading this. Job 7 through 9 was yesterday's reading. And quote, the eye of him who sees me will no longer see me. While his eyes are upon me, I shall no longer be. Job 7 verse 8. Just, again, sad thoughts. Look, those who saw me in the past won't see me because I am just whittling away here moment by moment. And yes, you see me right now, but before you know it, I'm going to be gone. Just sad and painful. But Bildad, even his other friend Bildad, is still saying, oh, look, you should repent. Even if he were to come before God, Job says, and plead my case, who is going to stand on my side to argue my case? When God can do anything, God has the strength to do anything. He creates. And if there's an issue, he will smite, right? So out of these 7 days, and this is also in Job 10 through 12, today's reading, I'm thinking out of these 7 days, his friends sat with him mourning. 7 days and nights, it says in the Bible, that they stayed quiet because his grief was great. Eliphaz and Bildad can only answer, and they can only see that the answer must be because of sin. And even here, Job saying, if I am wicked, woe to me. Even if I'm righteous, I cannot lift my head. I am so full of disgrace. See my misery. Nothing I do will ever be good enough, right? Nothing I do will ever be good enough. And if it wasn't for Christ, that would be a permanent thought for all of us, because that would be the truth day right now. That would be it. If it wasn't for Christ, if it wasn't for God sending him here, we would have every sin seen by God, absolutely, but never forgiven, not forgotten. There would just be a different relationship. We would not have a relationship with God the way that we have it now. So just Job is opening up more information for me day in and day out. And it was a struggle to get my reading done, but I'm actually glad I was able to go through discussing the 3 days worth of reading in one pop, because that feels a little more complete. So may your day be vigorous in your reading. May your journey be always seeking God's face, and may your heart be filled with his love. Have a great day.